Welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. Welcome once again to the channel. This is Ike Turn, your host, and this week we're going to take a look at the Light Commander deck. Last week I wasn't too impressed with the deck and I wasn't too impressed with the event, so I didn't bother to make a video because I didn't play the event. It was quite boring, the deck was quite useless, and I just couldn't be bothered. The week before, the Dark deck, I was really impressed when I first saw the deck, and then when I got the deck and I used the deck, it was absolute rubbish. The Water event as well was absolute rubbish. So this season, I would say I'm quite bored this season. I'm not impressed with the decks that we've got this season, so it hasn't been really a good season. So I've got the coins and I'm actually able to craft the deck. I'm not going to craft the deck. Not going to craft the deck. I can collect 3 more coins, and this will give me approximately 90 coins for this event. I've still got 8 more coins to collect from the event, and the retro packs will give me 18 more coins. So that will be over 100 coins I will have, and there's absolutely nothing that I'm actually willing to craft. I'm just holding out to see what the Light Slayer deck actually brings. If the Light Slayer deck is absolutely rubbish, then I'll just have to choose one of the decks, because I'm not really impressed with any of these decks. Let's start with Peerless Perfect. So Peerless Perfect, let's look at the graphics. So the artwork, the graphics is okay. We have seen this type of style before with a Slayer deck, which was okay at the time. And let's look at the battle skill. So the battle skill is, I wouldn't say it's nice, I wouldn't say it's okay, I would just say it is what it is. It will create 15 light power gem 8s over 3 turns, so you'll get 5 per turn. It increases light commander damage by 50% over 3 turns, and with a 2-turn cooldown, on the second activation of a battle skill, you get a 100% damage boost and you'll get 10 power gems. The nice part about this card is the passive. The passive actually upgrades 7 light power gems by 1 rank at the start of every turn. So every single turn it will upgrade 7 power gems. So it has a similar passive skill like the Earth Bounty deck, Jade. Can't remember, Jade something, but it's the Earth Bounty deck. We'll take a look at that a bit later. But the Earth Bounty deck upgrades all power gems every single turn, but you have to activate the battle skill for that one No, I think it's a passive that does it. So that one's passive is a bit better than the passive on this one. It's got another passive that decreases damage taken by 20%. Not really impressed by that either. The only thing I actually like about this card is its ability to upgrade 7 light power gems by 1 rank every single turn. That's quite nice. I mean, it does give you 100% damage boost every other turn when as long as you activate the battle skill, and gives you 10 light power gems. That's quite nice as well. That will work quite well in the quest map. Overall, it's okay. It's not a brilliant deck. And if you use the second card, that's going to give you the increase as well. That will give you a damage increase, but bear in mind that it will take away from the total amount of power gems on the board, because it will not create any power gems. So it won't make the deck extremely powerful. It will just give the deck, it's basically losing, it's 50 on and off, it's 60 on and half dozen of the other. Because if it actually creates quite a bit of power gem, it adds a bit of power, and if it doesn't create any power gems but gives you a boost, it adds a bit of power. But if it creates power gems and give you a boost, it gives you a greater damage dealing capability. We've got two, well, it's not two debuff, it's one debuff and one buff. So the buff is dodge, that's a buff for the boss, and that one, you might want to dispel that one, because that one's going to affect your ability to deal damage. And the next one is weaken. So any card that does it, gives you an attack boost or a damage boost, will be affected by weaken. So cards like High Performance Unit Area, Supreme Santa, any card that gives you an attack or damage boost will be affected by that. So that's one you want to dispel as well. So this week there are two things that the bosses are running that you need to get rid of: dodge and weaken. And that is your ultimate form for this week. Not really that impressive, but if you look at everything that it brings to the table, it's okay, especially for the quest map, but not really for the guild bosses. For the guild bosses, you would have to seek help somewhere else. So let's look at the Master Collection card. So the Master Collection card, obviously we've seen cards with the same type of artwork before, similar type of artwork. So this one increases light commander damage by 50% over 3 turns. Again, it's a 2-turn cooldown deck. So on the second activation of battle skill, or every other turn, as long as you activate a battle skill, you get 100% damage boost to your entire deck. It also decrease damage taken by 20%. That's what this one does. So this one will give you a damage boost, but bear in mind it doesn't create power gems. So overall, it's I wouldn't say it's a great addition to your deck, but it is an addition to your deck if you have cards that can produce lots of power gems and upgrade the power gems as well. It will be a great addition to your combo. This is the ultra rare, and the ultra rare will create power gems over 3 turns, 5 per turn. It's got 2-turn cooldown, so on the second activation of your battle skill, or every other turn, as long as you activate your battle skill, you will get 10 power gem 8s. It will upgrade, or it will upgrade 7 light power gems at the start of each turn. So the only upgrade power gems that are created at the end of the turn before, not the turn begins. So what will happen is, when you start your turn, your power gems created by your relics and any passive ability that creates power gems, those will get upgraded. Going into the following turn, only power gems that are already on the board or created at the end of the turn before will get upgraded by this passive ability. That's how it actually works, because it upgrades power gems at the beginning of the turn. Okay, so that is your ultra rare. Your ultra rare dispels dodge, and your Master Collection card will dispel weaken. Those are your 3 top cards. So let's take a look at the main hero. So the main hero for this week, your main hero will increase self-damage by 30% for 3 turns. And it's got 2 turn cooldowns. So on the second activation of a battle skill or every other turn, you'll get a 60% self increase, which is quite nice for a main hero. So the main heroes are getting better. It also creates 4 light power gem 5s at the start of each turn. So this is a really nice card. This is a really good card for people who are just starting out in the game. Really nice, really like that card. So let's take a look at the supporting card. So the supporting card will create 9 light power gem 1s. Brilliant. At a rate of 3 per turn over 3 turns. So it will give you 6 light power gem 1s every other turn or on the second turn, second activation of a battle skill. It heals as well. Quite nice, really good for a beginner just starting out in the game. So if a beginner gets two supporting card and say 2 main hero, if you can find a card to boost their damage or their attack, it will be a really nice deck to compete in the lower leagues. That's really, really nice. So last week I didn't really play the event, so I have been demoted down to the Emperor League. Don't really care, don't really mind it at all, because I wasn't going to waste my time with the event was absolute rubbish. And if this week's well, the Commander events are always better than the Slayer events. The Earth Affinity is quite weak when it comes to deck, whether regardless if it's Slayer or it's Commander, it's quite weak. And I was expecting to get a really decent card for the Slayer event, which we didn't get. Absolute garbage. And not really expecting to get anything decent for the Command event next season either. So really disappointed in that. Didn't really spend time or money. Did spend a bit of gems going up to tier 3, but that was about it. So this is one of your historical ultimate forms that will give you the killer skill, Ink Contingent. Really nice artwork on this one. Really like the colors. I like the reds, the purple, the gold. It's a really good use of the colors. Really nice artwork on this one. Really lovely card. Really lovely card. Not very powerful, but really lovely artwork. This one will create 8 light power gem 4s and will increase light commander's attack by up to 40% for 1 turn. Starts at 10% and increase by 10% for every 100 skill points. Also create 8 light power gem 4s and increase attack for the next turn as well. Does give you an ultimate gem, doesn't really do much, but this one actually dispels weaken, which is quite nice. The next one is Starborn Sentinel. Starborn Sentinel is not brilliant as well. What it does, it freezes all enemy, increasing their turn counter by 1. It's got a 6 turn cooldown because it's a turn delay card. It creates 3 light power gem 5s at the start of each turn. If the enemies are burning, it creates 4 instead and 1 extra per chaotic, every 150 chaotic killer intensity. Not a brilliant card, not a brilliant card at all. This one is the best of the 3. Sunblessed Siblings can be used as a main damage dealer because it's got a self increase. So this one cleanses 1 debuff from each light commander and dispel 1 enemy buff. So this is the one that you want to use with your deck. So this one is going to get rid of weaken. This one is going to get rid of dodge. It's a brilliant card to use for this event. And what it does as well, it creates 8 light power gem 7s and increases self damage by 160% at the start of each turn. So it's got a self damage increase, which is quite nice. The self damage increase is far more than the increase that you're going to get from this week's deck. Plus, this one, as long as you activate the battle skill, you will dispel weaken and you will also dispel dodge. So that's quite nice. It's got a second passive that creates 8 light power gem 7s at the start of each turn. So this one is good for the quest map and it's good as a main damage dealer. So overall, this one is good. This one also dispels dodge with its counter skill. So this one overall is a really, really good card to have at hand. Really good card to use for this week. When it comes to deck combination, these are some of the cards that you can use, just some of the cards. This is not really a deck combo, it's just cards that I think would be great for events. Star Song Wolfpack is a card that's going to give you an upgrade. So it will upgrade all light power gems by 2 rank as well. It's got Gemfall effect. It is a nice card. Sunblessed Sibling will just start at 1. Dances of the Departed is a really nice card. Does deal a lot of damage, especially if you got it at high level pink stars. I've got 3 pink star, but it's not a bad card to use. This one creates 15 light power gem 7s, heals for 4000% of your recovery, and increases self damage by 80%. It's really a nice card. What makes it such a nice card to use is because it's an immortal killer card. Because it's an immortal killer card, you can combine this with the likes of Metaverse Masters, and you can combine it with High Performance Unit Area. However, you would want to use Sunbest Sibling in that combination to actually get rid of Weaken, because Weaken will affect High Performance Unit Area's battle skill, and you get it every single turn by the boss. So I think it's every other turn you get hit with debuff, but you get hit every turn by the boss. Next card is Divine Sovereign. This is a card that's going to give you 500. It's going to give you a massive boost. So it gains the attack buff, blah 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 blah. Not really interested in that. What we're interested in is the increase. It gives you a 500% damage increase, which is much larger than the damage increase that you're getting from the current ultimate form. The current ultimate form gives you 100% damage increase. That is on the second activation of your battle skill, but this gives you 500% damage increase every 3 turns as long as you activate your battle skill, which it hasn't got the 2-turn cooldown, but it's far better, far more useful card. It creates 6 light power gem 6s, which is a bit less than the current ultimate form. Current ultimate form will give you 10 on the second activation of your battle skill or every other turn. They're like power gem 8s, but compared to this card is a far better card. This might only give that 500% damage increase to 1 card, but as it stands, you only need 1 decent damage dealer to deal your damage. So this is a far more useful card than the current ultimate form. So I would say don't go deep for the current ultimate form, because the current ultimate form, in my estimation, is not really that brilliant. Twin Fangs. So Twin Fangs was the last ultimate form we got for the Light Commander events, and this one creates 10 light power gems 4s, become immune to damage from enemies attack for 1 turn, and then it creates 25 light gems. Wasn't really impressed with that part of it. Increases self damage by 200%, so it can also be used as a main damage dealer. Combining this with the likes of Supreme Santa makes it a really useful card. At the end of turns when you gain a gem crush, what it will do, it will give you 11 light power gem 8s. Really nice. This skill cannot be silenced. So this one cannot be silenced. Cannot be silenced by gem silence or power gem silence. Really nice. So those are some of the cards that you can use. There are other cards within the Light Commander side of things that we could look at. You've got cards like this one, and this one will create 10 light power gem 8s and increase light commander damage by 140%, far more than the current ultimate form will. This one will not dispel any of the debuffs that we've got for this week. Disdain Doer, nice card. It can be used in combination with other cards. Does create quite a number of power gems when you combine it with gem foil cards such as Star Song Wolfpack. Untamable Twosome. I wouldn't say it's a brilliant card. Paragon Paragon of Passion, absolute rubbish card. This card is a nice card, really good card to use for GVG because this one gives you immunity. So creates 10 light power gems now and at the start of the next turn and becomes immune to enemy attack for 1 turn. So this can be used as well for the quest map. So there are quite a number of cards you could use within the event. So as long as you've got an extensive collection, you shouldn't be basically suffering when it comes to finding a good combination. Now this is a combination that you could use, will work quite well, and this is a Slayer combo. Now the Slayer combo, what you will need is a card to give you the Chaotic Killer skill. Once you've got a card to give you the Chaotic Killer skill, that alongside the fact that it's a light deck gives you 2 of the 3 criteria that you need. So the 3 criteria that you need within the event, for those of you who are new to the game, you need a light deck, you need Chaotic Killer, and you need Commander. Now this is Commanders, so it will get those 3 boosts. So you get a boost for it being a Commander deck, you get a boost for it having a killer skill, and you get a boost for it being a light affinity deck because it does 10 times the amount of damage, or twice the amount of damage, I think. But if it's like if it's dark against dark, you lose 50%. If it's the weaker affinity, then blah blah blah. But light and dark, they're weak against each other. So there we go. So this one you'll get 2 boosts. You get the killer skill boost from this one, Confluence Caster, and they're light commander, light slayer cards, so you won't get the commander boost, but it will do quite a bit of damage simply because you've got this one, Neo Contender. Neo Contender will give the next card to activate their battle skill, light slayer card, that is 550% damage boost. Now with this card you can actually double it up because this card resets its battle skill. So this one, you can double up on the amount of damage that you give to this one, giving it a whopping 1,100 damage increase. Now this one, you can actually double up on the amount of damage that it gives this one, meaning it will give it 300% damage increase. So that is 1,400% damage increase we're giving to Bewitching Conjurers. Moving on to this one, Will of Koipa will actually give us a 900% attack increase. Some people have got it at 1100% because they've got a 6 pink star copy. Some people has got a 700% because they've got a 1 or 2 pink star copy. I've got a 3 pink star copy giving me 900% attack increase. So when you mix damage boost and attack boost together, what you end up with is a bigger bang for your buck. So this is quite a nice deck to use for the guild bosses and the ultimate bosses. Now this week we've got something, I think it's new within the event. Now they have been playing around with this multi-boss thing, which I kind of despise, because with the multi-bosses you have to use a new deck for every single boss. So I'm not sure what's going to happen within the guild boss, on the guild boss side of things, because it's multi-bosses but multi-guild bosses. So you attack the first boss with 1 deck and then you need 4 other decks to attack the bosses, especially when the bosses get really high. Then they've got really high health. So you'll have to have 5 people attacking each boss. And when it comes to Frenzy, it's normally the entire guild, or 10 people in the guild attacking the bosses, and you get a frenzy going and everybody else just tags along. But how it's gonna work in multi-guild boss, not really sure. So you've got your jackpot, never won anything in that. You've got your guild multi-bosses, not sure that one's gonna go, we just go through the information. So multi-bosses comes to Commander as guild multi-bosses. Now, when encountering enemies in missions, some enemies come equipped with multi-bosses summoning stone. When defeated in a mission, they summon guild multi-bosses in the same manner as normal guild bosses. Guild multi-bosses spawn alongside guild bosses. So you got guild bosses and you got guild multi-bosses, just like in the Slayer event. So, but do not take up a slot. So it doesn't take an extra slot. So for those of you who are not sure, there's a certain amount of slot on your screen for bosses. And once those slots are filled, unless you get rid of certain bosses from your screen, you don't get extra bosses in. You should see that within your Slayer, in the Slayer event. If you don't get rid of bosses that are dead or just taking up slots, you don't get extra bosses. All right. Both a normal guild boss and a guild multi-bosses of the same rarity can exist at the same time. Similar to the solo multi-bosses in Slayer. Teams used against multi-bosses cannot be used again against later enemies in the chain. Again, once you've used a deck to kill a multi-boss, the first one, you cannot use that deck to kill another boss. So if you've used your most powerful deck to kill one of the bosses, you can't use the same deck or any card for that instance. Any card for that matter, I should say. Any card for that matter. Any card that you just use in that combo to use in the second combo. It has to be 5 new cards, 5 new relics. So let's see how that actually works. Let's see if we're going to have a bug because, oh my god. Since the introduction of multi-bosses, there is just a lot of bugs within the display screen. So coordinate your attack to take down these bosses. So that is your news link for this week. Not really that brilliant. What is brilliant is this. Free Ultimate Heroes. So free Ultimate Heroes for this week. Well, it's every week. So special summoning celebration. Free Ultimate Heroes as long as you log in every single day, which is quite nice. Now this gives most of us the chance of getting a ultimate form that you haven't got. So there's a lot of people out there who haven't got Metaverse Master. So if you look in the collage or the picture on the screen, you can see that Metaverse Master is one of the cards that you can get alongside Holiday Saints and Dances of the Departed. Those are 3 nice cards. You've actually got Heretic Hunters as well. So those are some really good cards that you have the possibility of getting. Heretic Hunters will be available in the Drillface store soon. It's actually available in the, let's see where it is. It's actually available in the Proving Ground store as we speak, but you can only craft 1 TPG coin each season, which I keep saying it, we need to have the ability to craft 2 cards every single season. That is much better than 1, because if you look at my Proving Ground store coin collection, I've actually got 122,000 coin. What am I gonna do with all that much coin? I've been using the coins. I've been using them on everything that we've got in the stores, and I've still got loads of coins. Still haven't got any way of using them. So what's the point? We need to be able to craft 2 coins each season. Okay, so do log in every day. Do collect your coin pieces to get your free ultimate hero. It's random, by the way, so if you're lucky, you will get a ultimate form that you haven't been able to get. I'm just hoping that I can get probably Heretic Hunters, so I can take it up to 4 pink stars, or other cards that I'm hoping that I want. I'm hoping to take up to a higher level of pink stars, because there's cards that I've got at 1 pink star that I really would love to take up to 2 or 3 pink stars. So that is it for today. If you got the deck, congratulations. If you haven't got the deck, don't worry. As long as you've got some of the cards that I've shown you, you will be able to perform quite well within the event. The current ultimate form is not brilliant. It's a nice addition. The 100% that it would bring, or the 50%, whatever it is, you get 50% on the first activation, 100% on the second activation, and 100% every time you activate the battle skill thereafter, because it doubles up. That will be a nice addition to your collection. However, it's not a need to have, it's just a nice to have. So if the information helps you out, you can like and subscribe. There are other videos coming. I'm playing a few other games that I've been making videos on. Those will be posted soon. There are some quite nice games that I've been playing. I'm still playing MU on Origins, still playing Era of Celestials, playing a few other games. I'm playing one which I find quite good. It's called Chess Royale. That one is really good. It's one of the best auto chess game that I've played in a long time. So I'm making a few videos on that, and those will be posted quite soon. All right, so leave a like on the video. It does help the channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed as well. And as soon as we start getting really decent deck that we can actually dive deep into, we can find ways how to use those new decks, then the content will get better. But at the moment, we're not really getting good decks. The events are not really brilliant. Things aren't really going in the direction that I've been hoping this game to go in. And I don't really want to lose interest in this game, because I really like this game. Really like the concept. All right, so see you on the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.